Recently, I ranked the 10 strongest characters in Mortal Kombat. Make sure to check it out if you get the chance, because today I'm spotlighting the overlooked warriors of Mortal Kombat, mostly because they're side characters, or just really goofy and underused, or because the writers hate them. Listen, okay, I swear this dude's actually strong. But yeah, today I'm showcasing 5 Mortal Kombat characters who are much stronger than you think. If I missed anyone, let me know in the comments down below. Then make sure to leave a like for these forgotten warriors. The writers do them dirty and need to show these characters more love. But if today's video gets 2,000 likes, I'll highlight the weakest Mortal Kombat characters. Finally, for anyone watching who might be new, consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. I'm trying to reach 500,000 subscribers, so let's do it together. And alright everyone, without any further ado, let's begin. Alright, here we go. Mortal Kombat characters who are much stronger than people realize. Let's begin with Reiko, because he's an obvious choice and yet the writers keep underutilizing him. The casual fans consider this guy weak because he's always losing fights. However, he's Shao Kahn's general, so realistically he should be a really strong fighter because Shao Kahn's not gonna pick a weakling to lead his armies. So yeah, Reiko's obviously much stronger than people realize. The issue is he's going up against main characters, right? Every single time. Or at least main characters of that chapter in Li Mei's case, right? Normally she's not a main character, but it's her chapter, so she's gonna win every fight and Reiko had to go down. Then again, maybe Shao Kahn just finds it hilarious to watch Reiko lose over and over again. Look at Mortal Kombat 1, forcing the guy to fight Onaga. Are we for real? There's no way Reiko's winning that. But yeah, in summary, Reiko should be a powerful character. He's never lost to jobbers, to be fair. Even Li Mei in Mortal Kombat 1 trained Melina, she trained Kitana, Sindel ordered that, so clearly Li Mei in Mortal Kombat 1 is built different. But yeah, poor Reiko, man. Thankfully he's top tier, like a top 10 character in the game. So next up, let's talk about Tanya. That's right, the queen of betrayal herself. This woman's backstabbing a different person in every single game. If anybody watching thinks I'm exaggerating, I must assure you I'm not. There is no hyperbole in my words. Tanya is always betraying or backstabbing somebody, with the exception of Mortal Kombat 1, but that's a new Tanya, very different. In fact, I'd argue a brand new character. Hashtag not my Tanya. Anyways, originally Tanya was hired by Shinnok himself. Yeah, that's right, the fallen elder god of death. He hired Tanya to overthrow Edenia, and guess what? She did. Edenia fell. Then in later games, it was low-key implied she defeated Jade in a fight. Maybe? It's a bit unclear. But then in Mortal Kombat X, we see Tanya holding Jade's severed head. Yeah, now to be fair, it's just a profile background, but still, I've never seen the opposite. There's no official artwork of Jade holding Tanya's head, and I love Jade, but I'm just saying scoreboard, alright? Scoreboard, people. And don't worry, I've saved the best for last, because in Mortal Kombat X, guess what Tanya does? Defeats Cassie Cage off screen. Yeah, casually. That's really impressive, actually. Because Cassie Cage is no pushover. She defeats Shinnok later on, so we know her combat skills are decent, and yet Tanya's making her look stupid, just giving her the 1-2 knuckle sandwich back-to-back order entrees. So yeah, in summary, Tanya is built different, and unlike Reiko, she doesn't have many canon losses in the series, and the few fights she does lose are against unstoppable forces, like Kotal Kahn. Yes, I know in Mortal Kombat 11 he loses constantly, but in Mortal Kombat X he was supposed to be legit. He beats Tanya, and then D'Vorah beats Tanya, but that's forgivable since D'Vorah can kill anyone the writers say. She's got crazy plot armor. Alright, next up we gotta talk about my boy, Kotal Kahn, possibly done dirtiest by the NetherRealm writers, okay? Because Kotal Kahn in lore is supposed to be really, really strong. The man one-shot Rain with magic, then beat Goro with blood magic. The man's a sorcerer and a very powerful warrior at the same time. He can amp himself with magic. Then in Mortal Kombat 11, he defeats Shao Kahn. Though to be fair, it's implied Shao Kahn was fighting people off screen like Jade, Raiden, and Liu Kang. So the man was tired, but also Kotal Kahn just got done running the gauntlet too, right? He fought Aaron Black, he fought Scarlet, then Baraka. So Kotal Kahn's not fighting fresh either. Both characters here are tired, and I'd argue that's fair. However, unfortunately, right after this, Kotal Kahn starts losing back to back because he's fighting fighting main characters or just chapter characters, right? Which reminds me of the Jujutsu Kaisen villain with the volcano head, because he gets dunked on over and over again by the top tier heroes in the story, but then later we see him fight weaker heroes and they get decimated. And they're not weak heroes, they're just like B tier, maybe at worst, maybe even A tier, and Volcano Man smokes all of them. Like, it's incredible and shows us that without fighting the top tiers, he's actually about that life. He's really strong. So for me, that's Kotal Kahn as well. The man is very powerful until you make him fight the really strong people, then he gets folded like an omelet at Denny's. Because the writers always do Kotal Kahn dirty. Never forget, they had him lose in his own debut trailer for Mortal Kombat 11. That's a fact. Kotal Kahn was teased on Twitter, then 24 hours later got killed in his own trailer for the game. It's unforgivable what NetherRealm did to our boy. Hashtag justice for Kotal Kahn. However, let's move on. Rai Cho. So this man's a goofball. He pukes, he farts, he's a drunken master and sumo wrestler put together. That's his entire gimmick. And if you didn't know that, I forgive you, because the sumo element is downplayed a lot. Instead, the drunken boxing gets pushed harder, and that's fine, but I wish developers made it more clear he's a drunken boxer and a sumo put together. Regardless, most fans don't take Rai Cho seriously because he's the goofy fart man who pukes on people. However, this dude trained Liu Kang and Kung Lao. That's right, and I don't mean he taught them one or two moves. No, from the beginning, Rai Cho trained Liu Kang and Kung Lao to become the warriors we see in the games. Or in other words, Rai Cho is like 100% responsible for why Liu Kang and Kung Lao are such good fighters. Then for a quick fun fact, in the 3D era games, I think Deception, Rai Cho is put in charge of Mileena's armies and does a fantastic job, which leaves her flabbergasted. And I'm not joking, the game states that Mileena is shocked at what a great leader Rai Cho is. Whether it's individual martial arts training or commanding entire armies, Rai Cho is a master teacher. But of course, I can't forget the cherry on top. In Mortal Kombat X, it's revealed he didn't die to Shinnok. Yeah, he straight up survived that magical onslaught from the god of death and kept on fighting. So not only is Rai Cho a great teacher and a great martial artist, but he's also really hard to kill. Fun fact number 2, he's not human. He's actually from Outworld. Now that I think about it, Rai Cho could be Edenian. It's never stated, but he's not human by default if he's born and raised in Outworld. He's a different species altogether. The guy may look human, but he's not human, so just keep that in mind. Alright everyone, last but not least, we have a character that gives me a love-hate relationship. Jacqui Briggs. This character is so much fun to play, that's why I love her. However, her story feats are ridiculous and just off the charts, which is why I hate her. I'm sorry, but you can't show her losing to Revenant Liu Kang, then defeating Cetrion later on. Yes, I know she was buffed by the crown, but still, it should not matter. When you give Fujin the crown, I get it, because the man's a god. You're amplifying a god's powers. When you give Shang Tsung the crown, I get it, because he's a powerful sorcerer with hundreds of years of experience, and also he made the crown. So yeah, if anyone gets great mileage out of the crown, it should be Shang Tsung, but Jacqui should not be able to beat an Elder God, even with the crown as a buff. That's ridiculous. Oh yeah, before that she beats Noob Saibot, which is even more nonsense. This man beat Goro, NetherRealm. Why are you doing Noob Saibot so dirty? Oh yeah, in Mortal Kombat X she beat Ermac. That's just ridiculous. Red Ninja Boy is in a league of his own, okay? Not just Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat X, even back in the 3D era, Ermac was a nearly undefeatable being. If you're not Liu Kang or somebody on his level, you should not be able to beat Ermac. Yes, that includes Stryker too, alright? Obviously, Stryker should not be defeating Ermac either, but I think fans give Stryker a pass because it's hilarious. You know what I mean? It's like an inside joke between the writers and the fans that of course Stryker can't win these fights, but we're letting him because it's funny. However, with Jacqui, it feels like the writers actually want us to believe she can pull off these feats. I'm sorry, NetherRealm, I'm never gonna believe that Jacqui beats Ermac and Noob Saibot and Cetrion. I'm sorry, I just don't believe it. But for today's video, I kinda have to accept that lore-wise, Jacqui has won all of these fights, which might just mean she's a freak of nature and nobody knew it until now. Similar to Sakura in the Street Fighter series, most fans look at her and think, oh, generic Ryu ripoff, she's a schoolgirl, she sucks at fighting. No, Sakura has some serious wins under her belt, and it's hilarious. If you dig deep and research the Street Fighter lore, Sakura is a freak of nature that does some incredible stuff, and I suppose Jacqui is similar. So alright everyone, there you have it. 5 5 different Mortal Kombat characters who are much stronger than people realize. From Reiko to Tanya, Rai Cho, Kotal Kahn, and finally Jacqui Briggs. All of these characters have way more power than people realize, which is why my fingers are crossed that NetherRealm actually does something with these characters in the sequel, Mortal Kombat 2 or whatever they're gonna call it. And hopefully in between we get Injustice 3. That would be a nice change of pace. I love the Mortal Kombat games, but also I love the Injustice games, and it's time for Injustice 3. Let me know in the comments if you agree. Then while you're down there, leave a like if you enjoyed today's video. Every single like does help my channel out a ton, and if we get 2,000 likes, then I'll rank the weakest characters in Mortal Kombat history. So thanks for watching everyone. Make sure to finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.